Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, Part 2, Episode 8. Alright, buckle up, because we're diving into some soul-stirring action and twists that'll leave your jaw hanging. Don't forget to subscribe to stay in touch with the story. The episode begins with Yhwach growing up by slurping up the power of countless souls. Jump to the present, he's sitting on his throne, giving thanks to the dearly departed for letting him catch another sunrise. Enter Uryu Ishida, who's getting a not-so-friendly invitation to say goodbye to this evil world, because Yhwach is all like, no turning back now, buddy. Over in a stone fort crafted by the defeated Gremmy, things are collapsing as Captain Kenpachi Zaraki is looking a bit worse for wear. He's looking for his lieutenant, Yuichiro Kusajishi, who's probably playing hide and seek. His subordinates are all excited he won, but Kenpachi's on a mission for his missing sidekick. Turns out, lightning doesn't just strike once. Candace Catnip, a Sternritter in Bambietta's crew, gives Kenpachi a shocking reminder of that, showing she's not playing fair. Another Sternritter, Lil Tato Lampert, who knows it's only right to fight dirty against Zaraki, unleashes her inner Pac-Man and chomps down on some Shinigami when they try to tackle her. The third Sternritter gal, Meninas McAllon, decides to show off her upper body strength by crushing enemies with a building. I mean, who needs a wrecking ball when you've got a Meninas? Meanwhile, Giselle Gawel and some Shinigami are in a not-so-friendly face-off. She tries to play the fool, but the guys aren't buying it, so they give her a chest slash. But wait for it, Giselle's not your average gal. Her blood's got some twisted mojo, anyone it touches becomes her zombie minion. So, Giselle orders her new minions to start offing themselves with their own fancy swords. Things get chaotic as Candace, the Lightning Queen, zaps in and fries some more Shinigami like they're a crispy side dish. Just when they think they're done, Kenpachi, the tough guy of the scene, decides he's had enough of this creepy crew. He ninja warps behind Candace and slices at her. But the Bambis scramble to dodge, and Candace whips up a lightning storm in her hand to get back at Kenpachi. Zaraki is not giving up though. He slices and dices his way through the Bambis, who are surprised this guy is still kicking. That's because he's what they call a special war power. But they're not letting up either. Meninas throws a punch, Candace blasts lightning, and Kenpachi takes a nap. At a distance, Rukia senses Zaraki's spiritual pressure, but Byakuya warns her to be careful as she's not recovered from using her Bankai. Then, they all spot someone hurtling down from the sky like a meteor. It's Ichigo Kurosaki, the man of the hour, crashing through the Shikamaku like a boss. Although it looked like he crashed into a tower, he suddenly appeared behind the Bambis. He's got Kenpachi, who's looking more beaten up than a video game character after a boss fight. Who would have seen Kenpachi saved by Ichigo? And guess what? Kenpachi's actually smiling about it. But before it gets all mushy, things heat up again. Candace, the lightning gal, gets all sparky and comes at Ichigo. He's quick on the uptake, grabs her arm, and sends her flying into a tower like it's no big deal. The other Bambis are all charging at Ichigo, but he dodges them all until he got caught by Lil Tato's big mouth. Still, he knocked them all out like it was nothing. He's on a different level from them because he's the #1 special war power. Candace doesn't care though as she zaps him again. Ichigo faces the lightning blast like a champ, his clothes get wrecked. Oh, and the Bambis? They're not backing down too. They shoot fancy arrows at Ichigo, who's all set to whip out his special sword, Zangetsu. Meanwhile, Yhwach is all excited about Ichigo being there. It sounds like he's got some plans for the young Soul Reaper that's just about to begin. So there's Ichigo, facing off against these feisty foes who seem to have a bone to pick with him quite literally. Candace, with a Quincy power-up, is ready to take credit for killing their target and charges in, but Ichigo's not having it. He fires off a Getsuga Tensho that cancels out the attack, followed by a punch that Candace won't forget anytime soon. Ichigo's got some serious power going on. So what's the plan now? Well, Meninas, Giselle, and Lil Tato decide to show off their magical girl Quincy transformations. They face off against Ichigo, aiming at his head with their fancy attacks. But their uncoordinated attacks were off as if they were not fighting as a team, and a lot of friendly fire was going on. Candace has still got it hard for Ichigo though, telling him not to get a big head. She activates her Volstandig, Barbarial, and Ichigo's got his game face on too. Candace channels her inner Zeus and zaps Ichigo with a massive jolt of electricity. But wait, Ichigo's not one to just stand there and take it. He slashes his swords through the air like a total boss, sending his Getsuga Jujisho right through that lightning blast, and it's headed straight for Candace. She's all brave and stuff. And bam! Candace is left armless, but she's got backup in the form of Giselle, who heals her arm. But the party's just getting started. Basby swoops in, looking all snazzy in his Quincy Volstandard gear, knocking the Bambis out. Again, it's weird because these Quincy's are not even fighting like a team. More Sternritters join in, and it's like a competition for the spotlight at this point. Lil Tado's not having any of that. She's on a mission to be the Ichigo Slayer and grab all that glory for herself. She's bleeding and battered, but she's not backing down. And just like that, we've got a star-studded lineup of Sternritter, all circling Ichigo like he's the grand prize in a game show. But wait! A mysterious blue beam of light shoots up from the tower, and everyone's turning heads like they're watching a fireworks show. Yuhaba's standing tall, talking about invading the Soul King Palace. You could practically feel the tension in the air. Over in the Shinigami Research and Development Institute's secret lab, Captain Mayuri is in full detective mode. Turns out, Ichigo's blasting through from the Soul King Palace to the Seireitei opened up a space that, for a short time, allows anyone to travel through it to the Soul King Palace. In the former 1st Division barracks, Captain Commander Shunsui Kairaku observes that Yuhaba's target is the Soul King after all. With Aizen taking note of the situation deep within Mukin Underground Prison, Mayuri mentally questions what the Royal Guard is planning by allowing this to happen. Back at the battle, a silent Ichigo rushes toward the tower, but the Sternritters try to stop him. Suddenly, Renji comes to the rescue, telling Ichigo to settle the score with Yuhabaha while he holds off the Sternritters. A smiling Ichigo rushes off, and when more Sternritters attempt to follow him, they are cut off by Byakuya, Rukia, Hikaku, Yumichika, and Hisagai who join Renji. Ichigo's on his way to this ominous tower, like the hero he is, ready to take on the big bad Yuhabaha. But wait, it's not a one-on-one showdown. Uryu, the unexpected curveball, pops up and fires a shot down at Ichigo, who's staring up in disbelief. Uryu is hanging out with the bad guys, Yuhabaha and Hashwolf, on the tower. Ichigo is still shocked when Uryu, in his oh-so-casual manner, tells his friend to beat it or he's gonna die in vain. Of course, Ichigo's not one to back down, demanding answers. But Uryu is not in the mood for a heart-to-heart. So, he lets loose a barrage of arrows. Hold up, though. It's not just a two-person drama. Yasutora Sato leaps out of nowhere from a Garganta with his super strong arm and blocks the arrows with a flare. On the other hand, Orihime conjures up Santen Keshin, this mystical shield thing, and shields Ichigo from the rest of Uryu arrow barrage. She watches Uryu stroll off without a care in the world. Meanwhile, Ichigo's not giving up the interrogation. He's all like, "Uryu, come on, talk to me." Yuhabaha asks if Uryu has done his goodbye stuff. Being the strong, silent type, he nods in confirmation. And just like that, they start rising like they're in some funky light elevator, leaving Ichigo below, yelling his lungs out for Uryu to say something. But alas, Uryu, Yuhabaha, and Hashwolf vanish into thin air, leaving Ichigo with a whole lot of confusion. And the episode ends there. If you enjoyed this video, remember to smash that like button and hit that subscribe bell so you can experience the epicness of the next episodes. So, stay tuned for more epic battles and mind-bending twists.